Welcome to another deep dive, listeners. This time we're gonna tackle Genesis 27 from the King James Bible.
Okay.
It's the story of Jacob, deceiving his father Isaac to
Right.
get that powerful blessing meant for Esau, his
Right.
brother.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be looking at this alongside some commentary from Matthew Henry, from 1710.
Wow.
So we can kind of get another angle on all of this ancient family drama.
Yeah, what I think is so interesting about this story is how, you know, it's really rooted in a culture where those blessings and that whole inheritance thing, like, it really meant something.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh yeah, good luck with your life.
Right.
Like, it had actual power to shape a destiny.
Okay, so let's set the stage for this whole drama. Isaac, he's getting old, he's losing his vision, and he decides it's time to give his main blessing to Esau, his eldest son.
Mhm.
But Rebekah, their mother, she overhears this.
Oh no.
And, well, she favors Jacob,
Huh.
so she cooks up a plan.
It really makes you think about, wow, how far a mother would go, especially back then.
Yeah.
For her favorite.
For her favorite child, yeah.
Especially in a time when women, they didn't really have a lot of direct power.
No, absolutely.
So it adds this whole other layer to the story.
Yeah, it's not just sibling rivalry, right?
Right. No.
It's about, power dynamics in the family.
Oh, yeah.
So this plan, it hinges on this big deception, right?
Oh, for sure. It's almost funny.
Yeah.
Like knowing Isaac wants to touch his son to know it's him.
Right.
Rebekah goes all out. She makes Jacob wear Esau's clothes,
Uh-huh.
cover his hands with goat skins.
Wait, what?
Yeah, to make them feel hairy like Esau.
Oh,
Even the meal, it's goat meat, not the venison Isaac asked for.
Oh my goodness.
They really went all in.
That's dedication to the scheme.
It is.
But here's the thing, despite Isaac being a little suspicious at first, it works.
I know, right?
Sure.
There's this part where Isaac, he notices Jacob's voice sounds different. But then, those hairy hands and the smell of Esau's clothes,
Right.
it totally throws him off.
Yeah.
It's like this vivid picture of him trying to make sense of what he's feeling and who he thinks is there.
Yeah, he's wrestling with it.
Totally.
And in the end, he's convinced.
Yeah.
The blessing's given, it promises Jacob fertile land, tons of crops, power over nations.
Wow.
Even his brother.
It's huge.
Right. It sets the course for his whole future.
Oh, yeah. Totally shapes his life.
And then, here comes the drama.
Oh, boy.
Esau gets back from hunting
Uh-oh.
and finds out about the whole deception.
Yikes.
And his reaction, it's described as a great and exceeding bitter cry. He begs his dad for a blessing, too.
It's really heartbreaking when you think about it.
It is.
It shows just how important these pronouncements were.
Yeah, and Isaac's response,
Tell me.
it's like the nail in the coffin.
Oh, no.
He says that blessing, the one given to Jacob,
Yeah.
can't be taken back.
You can just feel the anguish.
Oh, totally.
From both of them.
Talk about a tense family dinner.
Seriously.
But wait, there's more. Isaac, he gives Esau a second blessing,
Oh, okay.
but it's not the same.
Different. How so?
Yeah, this one's more about hardship, living by the sword, serving his brother.
Huh.
But there's this hint of, eventual freedom from that,
Interesting.
like foreshadowing,
Yeah, I see it.
Now, Matthew Henry, in his commentary,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't hold back. He criticizes Rebekah and Jacob,
Oh, really?
saying that whole deception thing, even if it was for a good reason,
Right.
still wrong.
Mm.
And it makes you think, right?
Yeah.
About doing bad things even if you think they'll lead to something good.
It's a question that we still deal with today.
Exactly. And it's not just about this story, it's bigger than that. It
Yeah.
makes you consider the consequences,
Yeah.
even when you think you have good intentions.
Uh-huh.
But Henry doesn't stop there. He has this interesting take on Jacob's blessing.
What's that?
He thinks it's a little weak. Oh, really? Why?
He says it's like Isaac, deep down, maybe still had some love for Esau.
Interesting.
So he wasn't completely on board with blessing Jacob,
So even though he knew about the prophecy,
Mm,
his heart wasn't totally in it.
yeah, maybe.
That's fascinating.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Henry compares Esau desperately wanting that blessing
Hmm.
to people who, don't care about spiritual stuff until it's too late.
Oh, wow. That's a powerful comparison.
Right.
Like, he's saying people might neglect their spiritual well-being until they face the consequences.
And it makes you think, what is spiritual inheritance? And what happens if you take it lightly?
Yeah. Deep stuff.
It's fascinating how this story weaves together family, ambition, consequences,
Yeah, it's all there.
into this really intricate story.
Yeah, it's this timeless idea, that we can miss out on something big
Yeah.
if we don't even realize it's important.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Exactly. And it's not just like spiritual stuff, right? It's relationships, chances you miss, even your own talents,
Oh, totally.
things you take for granted.
Okay, so let's talk about the bigger picture now.
Okay.
This rivalry between Jacob and Esau. It's not just a family thing.
No.
It affects future generations.
It's like you drop a pebble in a pond,
Right.
and the ripples, they just keep going.
Yeah.
You see how this one event, it goes way beyond just those involved.
Like, give me an example.
Well, Jacob's descendants, they become the Israelites.
Okay.
And Esau's descendants.
Yeah.
They're linked to nations that often fought with Israel.
So this family fight,
Yeah.
it ends up shaping, the destiny of nations.
It shows you even personal conflicts.
Ah.
They can have huge consequences.
Wow.
It's history in the making.
It makes you think about our own actions, even in our families.
Absolutely. We're all part of a bigger story.
Yeah.
And what we do, even the small stuff,
Right.
it all adds to that tapestry.
Okay, back to something you said before.
Yeah.
About Isaac's blessing for Jacob being, I think you said lean,
Uh-huh.
because he still cared about Esau.
Right.
What's that? Tell us about Isaac.
It shows he's torn. He
Mhm.
loves both his sons,
Yeah.
but he knows about Jacob's destiny, the prophecy.
So he's caught between his feelings and this divine plan.
Exactly. And you see that struggle
Where?
in how he gives the blessings.
Okay.
With Jacob, it's like, this is going to happen no matter what.
Fate.
Yeah, but with Esau,
Yeah.
there's this tenderness, almost sadness.
Huh.
It's like he's trying to make up for what Esau lost.
Like mourning a future he imagined for Esau.
Yes, and that makes Esau's reaction even more powerful.
Right.
He's not just upset about the trick.
Mhm.
He feels his dad's disappointment.
Oh, like a longing for things to be different.
It adds a whole other level to their relationship.
It does.
This tension between love and, prophecy.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do?
Right. And it makes you think about parenting,
Uh-huh.
how hard it is to love your kids, but also understand their own paths.
It shows even good parents make mistakes.
Yeah.
And those mistakes, they can really affect their kids.
But even in those mess-ups,
Yeah.
even with all the tangled relationships,
Yeah.
there can be good moments, forgiveness.
Now, about those blessings themselves.
Okay.
In those days, a father's blessing, it wasn't just words.
No, it was serious stuff.
It had power, right?
Oh, yeah. It was about passing on power, authority,
Mm-hmm.
even spiritual favor.
So when Isaac blesses Jacob with all that land, crops, power,
Mm-hmm.
he's not just being nice.
He's giving him a legacy.
Exactly. And with Esau, it's by the sword.
Right.
A totally different path, hardship.
It's like those blessings are blueprints for their lives.
And we see how it plays out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jacob's descendants, they get the promised land.
And Esau's,
Whoa.
they're associated with nations that often clashed with Israel.
It's like their rivalry becomes a model for bigger historical conflicts.
Exactly. Their personal fight mirrors these larger tensions.
Brings us back to Matthew Henry.
Mm-hmm.
His take on Esau wanting that blessing.
Yeah.
It really made me think. He
Right.
connects it to people who ignore their spiritual side.
He's saying it's like those people who only care when it's too late.
Yeah, Esau begging for the blessing. It's like us realizing the importance of our spiritual inheritance before we might lose it.
It's a powerful reminder to value what we have
Yeah, Henry's insight, it's about that longing we all have.
for something more, meaning purpose.
It's universal. Everyone feels it.
Yeah, we all want to be blessed in some way.
This story, it doesn't shy away from those morally gray areas.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, the deception,
Yeah.
it's not exactly good, right?
Right.
But then it does lead to, well, the prophecy being fulfilled.
It's what makes it so interesting, I think.
Yeah,
It doesn't give you easy answers.
right.
Like good guys and bad guys.
Uh-huh.
These characters, they're complex.
Yeah.
They have flaws, motives, things we can still relate to.
Thousands of years later. It's like the story wants us to think about the consequences.
Of those choices.
Yeah, the ones you plan for and the ones you don't.
But it doesn't tell us what to think.
Right, it just lays it all out.
It lets us ponder.
It makes you ask, do the ends justify the means?
Yeah, big questions.
And how even little choices can snowball.
Exactly.
It shows life's not always black and white.
No.
It's about navigating those gray areas where your actions have consequences.
Ones you might not see coming.
And that's why it still matters today.
I think so.
It makes us think about our own choices.
And how they affect others.
So looking back at this whole Genesis 27 deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
what are some key things we can take away?
Well, one big thing is our choices have consequences.
Okay.
They go beyond just us.
Like that ripple effect.
Yeah. What we do affects our families, our communities.
Even the future.
It's a reminder that we're all connected.
And it highlights intention, too.
You know, Rebekah and Jacob, they believed in Jacob's destiny.
But their methods, that deception.
It makes you wonder, can good intentions make a bad action okay?
A question for the ages.
It really is.
And then there's the different kinds of blessings.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it challenges this idea that there's only one way to be blessed.
We see that with Jacob, he gets material wealth,
And Esau, well, he has struggle.
but also a hint of freedom.
It's like blessings come in different forms,
Maybe true blessing is about finding your own path.
even when things are hard.
Exactly.
It's amazing how a story this old
Yeah,
can still be so relevant.
it's powerful.
It gives us insights into being human.
These ancient stories, they stick with us.
Because they talk about family, ambition, choices.
It's search for meaning.
So to everyone listening,
Yeah.
we'll leave you with this.
Mm.
What parts of this story really hit home for you? What lessons, if any, will you take with you from this ancient tale of deceit, blessing, and family ties?